react to Jeremy Ethier's newest video where he goes over a stretch study that he conducted. So let's have a look and see how good it is. So he wanted to test if the stretch is beneficial for muscles like the glutes, the side delts, the rear delts, and the chest. They did a lateral raise machine, this hip machine. There's actually something I noticed about this, so wait for that. And they did a pec fly and a reverse pec deck. See, for the hip machine, for the glutes, they did knee extension during the exercise. So the hamstring is going to be shut off due to antagonist inhibition, which means more muscle fibers of the glutes are going to be able to experience stretch-mediated hypertrophy. So despite the glutes having best leverage in the contracted position, I would expect there to be less of a difference between the lengthened position group and the contracted position group. And they did use untrained lifters in the study, so they are going to be able to experience stretch-mediated hypertrophy. And something I do like about this study is they used a within-subject design. So half their body does one protocol, the other half their body does the other protocol. And this allows us to take into account, genetics, diet, etc. Some people say, oh, the cross-education effect. But no, that does not affect hypertrophy. That's just for motor patterns. The results are they saw the same growth between the stretch and squeeze group for the chest, which honestly isn't something that I would expect because the stretch can benefit from stretch-mediated hypertrophy. But this is the first kind of study of its kind that actually tests for it in like regular strength training. The only other study that we have does static stretching. Same growth for the side delts, which is interesting because we do have that other study that happened recently where they compared dumbbell lateral and a cable lateral hoist in the stretch position and they saw the same growth, but that was in train lifters. So we don't know if it was because the train lifters already had those stretch-mediated hypertrophy adaptations or if the muscle just doesn't benefit from it. But this was on untrained and they didn't see a difference. Rear delts saw the same growth, which is expected because they don't benefit from stretch-mediated hypertrophy. The thing to know about the muscles that I mentioned so far is that all these muscles are the muscles that have best leverage during the exercise despite the lengthened or the shortened position exercise. Like the side delts, they're the muscle that has best leverage here and they're the muscle that has best leverage here. Rear delts, they're the muscle that has best leverage here. Same thing here. Pecs here. And the glutes saw the same growth. And I think this can be explained with stretch-mediated hypertrophy. Like I said before, despite the glutes having worse leverage in the lengthened position, they could experience stretch-mediated hypertrophy and they shut the hamstrings off due to antagonist inhibition, so they're gonna have better relative leverage. So that can narrow the difference between the two groups. Now this part of the video makes no sense. So you're saying that resistance profile doesn't matter as long as you're going through a full range of motion. So basically, as long as you're going into that stretch position, it doesn't matter if its heart is there, you're still gonna get the benefits. Like, bro, if there's no torque down here, it's easy as hell, then that means you're going to have low motor recruitment there. They're not going to be recruiting the muscle fibers. Like, what? Anyways, these outcomes studies need to take the physiology into account more. They need a Chris Beardsley max. I hope so.